everybody, welcome to the first lesson in my Level 3 Technique and Performance book within the Beginner Piano course. In this video we're going to learn Polonaise in G minor from the Anna Magdalena notebook BWV ANH2 119. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to get the book, there's going to be links to that below too. So the first piece in the book is from the Baroque era, and what we know about the Baroque era is that it always is a little bit harder to memorize than classical or Romantic era pieces, because the left hand kind of has its own life. It's not an accompaniment, it's not a simple broken chord, it has its own life. The piece is in G minor, so it goes really well with the chapter in the lesson book which is introducing G minor, and for that reason we have two flats, every B and every E is going to be flat. And it also has a lot of combinations of 16th notes or semiquavers, which is obviously the first chapter in the lesson book, which is all about 16th notes. Now we have three kinds of combinations here. In the first bar you can see a dotted eighth with a 16th note, so a dotted quaver with a semiquaver. In the second bar we've got an eighth note and two 16ths, so quaver and two semiquavers. And in bar 6 we have a group of 4 16th notes or semiquavers, and all of these need to fit into one beat. So three very different kinds of rhythms with the same basic note value, and we really have to feel the difference between them and be able to either count them out or say the rhythms. All the articulation marks, legatos, staccatos, dynamics and finger numbers are editorial, so none of this was in the original score, but I added them in to give you a starting point. By all means you can change your articulation, your legatos, slurs and staccatos, and you can use any other fingering that fits better. So let's start with the first 4 bars until the repeat sign. Let's start with the left hand. We're in 3-4, so we're going to count 3 beats. So we're going to start number 1 on the G, and don't forget the 2 flats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3 and that's the left hand. So we've got just some basic melody and finishing on a G minor arpeggio. Now as you noticed, I'm doing my quarter notes or crotchets detached, sometimes legato in the second half, but mostly detached, and I decided to detach all my eighth notes or quavers, and I'm going to play my 16th notes legato, but it's just my decision and you can go with anything else you want to. Let's see the right hand. We start in this G minor position, so G, B flat, D, 1, 3, 5, and the first rhythm is going to be tim, rita, ta. 1, 2, 3. Tim, rita, 1 and 2, 3. So don't forget, the dotted eighth is 3 times as long as a 16th note, so it has to be much longer. Long, short, long, long. Tim, rita, ta. And then the second bar is going to be ti, ti, rita, 3. Ti, ti, rita, 3. Ti, ti, rita, 3. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and, whichever way you want to count. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3. And that's the first line. So some nice staccatos here, and then staccato, and connecting through those very short slurs to create a nice contrast in the articulation. Hands together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and that was the first line. Now let's go on from bar 5 until the end. The left hand is going to start number 1 on the G because that's where we finish, and we're going to do a crossover onto the A. So the rhythm here is again dotted. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, change to 1, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and cross under, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So a lot of thumb crossings, a lot of finger changes. Be very careful with the fingering, and whatever you choose to go with, stay consistent. Right hand, number 2 on the B flat. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So a beautiful legato here. Use some wrist movement. Use some arm movement, so follow the shape of the melody, keep it nice and rounded. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now I'm going to detach these eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So as you could see here, we had a nice contrast between the detached eighth notes and the legato 16th notes, which makes the piece so much nicer. Let's go on from bar 11, number 4 on the D, quarter notes. 1 and, so make sure you hold these, because many times these quarter notes can turn into eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and. So again, lots of staccato, short slur. It's like drop slurs or two-note slurs going connected, bounce, drop, connect, bounce, connect, bounce. So making sure that there is a difference between the legato and staccato to create a more interesting articulation. Hands together, left hand 1 on the G, right hand 2 on the B flat, going loud, F. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. And now left hand goes into detached notes. Quietly. Staccato. Louder. And we got to the end. So a beautiful piece in G minor, not an easy one. This is one of the more challenging pieces in the book. So it will take a longer time to learn, but it's really worth it. It's teaching you so much about patterns, about rhythms, and about crisp, clean articulation, expressive short slurs and phrases. The tempo is andantino, so what I played is somewhere in the middle. You can go slightly faster, slightly slower, but as always, when you start practicing, go very slowly to make sure you pay attention to the rhythms, the fingerings, and clean articulation. Don't allow yourself to play with blurry notes or sticky fingers. Be very strict when it comes to articulation, especially in these Baroque era pieces.